Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last episode of Between Knits and Pearls for year 2021.
Does it even seem possible?
I know.
It's great.
I'm one of your hosts, Emily. I hail from Anchorage, Alaska, where it is very dark, not as cold as it was last week, but still a little nippy. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Andersmillknits. You can also find my audio podcast as Little Cabin Knits on all the major pod streamers. And also this month, for the month of December, you can find on our website of Between Knits and Pearls the daily prompt / blog post for the daily self-care. And today, being the 18th of December, it's get out and move your body. So, I think that's kind of self-explanatory, but I'm verbose, so I still go on for a while about it in the blog. And I want to thank everybody for coming over. We've gotten a lot of traffic on that, so that shows me that you guys are all very invested and care about your self-care, whether it's Christmas time and busy or not. So thank you for that. So that's me.
That's you. I'm your other co-host. My name is Stephanie. I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as Farmsteadknits. And I am coming to you today from the very rainy and very warm and very disheartened state of Kentucky. We just had several counties in our state this last week that were completely demolished by tornadoes that were unexpected in December. We are surviving as a state. We are supporting our communities as best as we can. The institution that I work for, the college, we just sent out over 1,000 t-shirts to the Army Corps of Engineers that were sending out boxes. My family did some donating. Remember, guys, if you can this season, whether it's the people in Kentucky or anybody else who's been affected by natural disasters, please remember to support those people any way that you can, and even if it's just a teeny amount. So yeah, that's my PSA for today.
Like the images shown of entire cities and neighborhoods just literally disappeared.
Gone. In fact, it was very scary. We had 3 tornado shelter-in-place warnings between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. So we were up most of the night. With myself being a director of housing for a college, we still had students on campus. So my job became much more alert, and we had to make sure things were good. Things were okay where we were at. We did not have damage. Thank you for everybody that checked in on us. Emily kept calling. Are you okay? What is going on? Are you okay?
I was freaking out.
It was very scary. It was very scary. We were about an hour to the east of the damage. So, but thank you guys for just thinking of us. And again, if you can do anything to help, it's the holidays, and I know people will be very blessed by it. So
yeah.
So
thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, I have to share what I'm drinking because I feel like an old woman. So you have to share what you're drinking. I'm drinking Ensure. For the pregnant woman who can't keep anything down.
What a very balanced drink you.
Thank you. So what are you drinking?
I am drinking out of my new Christmas mugs that I got at Joann Fabrics that I thought were super duper cute. I'm just boring. I am drinking peppermint tea today.
Well, that's perfect for the season.
It is. It's very comforting and calming. And I'm a tea. I drink both coffee and tea, but I prefer coffee, or excuse me, I prefer tea.
I was gonna say, no, you don't. You like tea.
I can do like a half a cup of coffee, and it's got to be decaf, or it's a long day for me.
Yeah,
I just can't handle that caffeine.
Mr. Radio has decided not to drink soda anymore, and he's doing that intermittent fasting thing where he can only eat between the hours of noon and 9 p.m.
Yeah, how's it working
and his
for him?
Coffee intake, since he's quit soda, has gone up astronomically.
Well, one vice for another, right?
Yep. And he keeps saying to me that every morning he's just like, I just can't get to sleep until like 3 a.m. I don't understand it. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe it was that coffee you had at 7 p.m.
You might want to put decaf in after 8.
right? I was just like, come on. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, so and then update from me. Little baby sausage is doing super well. He's extremely active. My blood sugars are doing really, really well. I'm actually on day 2 of, I would say, manageable nausea. Like,
Good.
because normally, even sitting up like this,
I know.
internally, I'd be groaning.
I know.
I'd be like, how soon can we end this so I can lay down?
You gotta just get to that second trimester. Gotta get
Yep.
You will.
Yep. And so we're just entering the second trimester, and I don't think I'm showing at all. I just think I look fat. But
oh, come on now.
Yeah, Mr. Radio is all like, "Oh, you're getting a tiny little belly." I tell him that's bloating.
It's all in there somewhere.
Yep. And I've got some baby knits that I finished that I will show you later on in the show. But then what's, I mean, well, you kind of shared about the natural disasters, but anything else new for you, my friend?
I am officially on Christmas break. So I'm off for 2 weeks because the college kids go home for their break. So we get to take a break as well. My girls are home with us. My husband is home. So we actually get 2 full weeks to enjoy some family time, Christmas. We've already been cracking out family game night every night.
Yep.
Already hit the grocery store. So we are excited to be home and do absolutely nothing and everything all at the same time.
That is so exciting.
It is. It's going to be fun. I have one more Christmas present I've got to finish knitting, but I'll get there. Yeah. So my timeline is good.
Yeah, I'm done with my Christmas knitting. Now, granted, I only really knit something for my mom for her birthday, which is 3 days after Christmas, and I sent that off. And then Mr. Radio is the only other person I knit for Christmas.
Good for you.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel kind of bad about that, but at the same time, I'm like,
you only have so many hours in a day.
Yep. And so we'll get into those later on. Yeah. But for now, we want to announce, let's see, just to remind you guys that we are doing the Knitting the Blues Away KAL, KAL.
Yep.
From January 10th through February 7th. It's a strange time frame. We did that because 12 Days of Christmas ends January 10th. Wait, January 9th? And we pick up January 10th?
Sure.
I can't ever remember.
All of this is sponsored by zebrayarns. So for those of you participating, she did a 12 Days of Christmas, which starts on December 12th. I'm sorry, you cannot get that anymore. That is something you definitely want to put on your calendar for next year. My gosh, you guys, we haven't even seen it yet. Everybody has literally got it wrapped. You open it on the 25th. And then after the 12 days, then we are pairing up again with zebrayarns to do our Knitting the Blues Away KAL. And this is all the bright colors in January when no one wants to go outside and do anything fun.
Yep. And I'm knitting this. I know Shauna Stitches is knitting this colorway.
Karina's knitting. I think Amber's knitting. And if you have zebrayarns, you can participate as well. You can also participate even if you don't have zebrayarns. You get a double entry if you use zebrayarns. We just want you all to knit some socks and knit the blues away.
Well, and in fact, I'll show you guys a colorway in just a little bit when we introduce our guests. And I'm like, oh, that would be a fun one to knit the blues away with.
Yes.
So speaking of that, hold on, we have some grateful giveaway winners to announce.
Yes.
If you guys recall, on our last episode, we asked you to comment in that episode about what you are grateful for this season, and that Stephanie and I would each give up one of our beloved skeins from Zebra.
And you guys had some really great things that you guys put in those comments. Thank you so much for doing that, by the way.
Yep. And I picked she doesn't give colorway names, but mine is blue, teal, and purple with a contrasting of purple. But and the one you're giving away is?
Mine is a periwinkle purple contrast with a like aquamarine and cream colored stripe.
So the two lucky winners that we are going to announce, we had 38 comments.
Nice.
And so I literally just went down the comments as they appeared on the screen, and I I counted out and we had 38. So I did random number generator.
Nice.
And so the two people that won is comment number 10 and comment number 28.
Who are they?
And so but before I announce that, so the
winner
first
number
one,
10 gets my color. Winner number
28 gets mine.
Yep.
So number 10, I believe. Hold on, let me just make sure. Yes, the quote. The comment number 10 was from Jenny Zuniga.
Oh, where does
on
Jenny
YouTube?
From? Oh, nice.
Yep, and she wrote, "She's so happy to have found you guys. I'm in love with Anna's yarn. Actually, I have a pair of socks going with her red and black now.
Nice.
And been ordered." And I love the cow plant. So thanks, Jenny.
If you want to just get on Instagram, is probably the easiest place. And either on Between Knits and Pearls or Farmstead Knits, either one, send me your mailing address and I will be sending this out to you. Congratulations.
Yes. Yes. And then the next comment, it really got me teary-eyed. So just be
You're
prepared.
not emotional right now at all, are you?
But this one, I think everybody will be. So, and comment number 28 is Roxane Davison, and you shared that your mom passed away just before Thanksgiving from COVID. You're grateful for the time you spent with her and grateful for the past 20 months of caring for her as she slipped away with dementia. But you're also grateful and blessed to have your daughters and husbands and friends who've supported you more than you knew possible. So, Roxane,
we're sending wishes and thoughts to you and your family.
Yes, and sorry, that one's dear to my heart because my greatest fear is to lose my parents. Now my greatest fear is to lose my little sausage.
You're good. Don't fear.
Yep. But
congratulations.
Yes. So, Roxane Davison, if you will message me on Instagram, either Andersmillknits or Between Knits and Pearls, private message us and give me your address and I will send this out ASAP so you can get it in time.
And don't forget, guys, I still think Anna will be dyeing up yarn. If you don't see it on her website, just message her about it. I'm telling you what, guys, she is a phenomenal dyer. She is a dear friend, and she has done so much work to try and help us out with this cow. So go support her. And
she supports everybody in the knitting community.
She's doing great. She's doing super great. So she's looking forward to her Christmas break too. I know that.
Yes. And so
thank you, Zebrayarns.
And I just want to point out, I went on her Etsy shop. So she's on Etsy, by the way, guys.
Correct.
And I went on her Etsy shop and I was blown away because there were things on there that I'd never seen before. In fact, is it still up? Because I want to show.
She does have some beautiful stuff on there. And remember, guys, she is most well known for her self-striping sock yarn, but she does have other things on her shop, just like Emily's got up there.
It's not showing too well because, okay.
There you go. That's not bad.
Barber pulling?
It's that new, it's like a black and white 2-ply when it's spun, and so it dyes up to look like it's very cool. It's
cool. Amazing. I just absolutely love it. So I just wanted to point those out.
Thank you, Anna.
Yep. And then so we have another giveaway that we're going to announce with our guest. But then the last announcement that we have, just let me find it really quick.
Yep.
If I can. It's our project down along. Starting in January. So we're calling it a PAL.
Right.
PAL along because it's craft friendly. Whatever craft you engage in or have engaged in the past, and you have these languishing projects, as so many of us do.
Cross stitching, paperwork, candle making, anything, guys. We're going with anything. So
so you can. Anything that you do, you can do that. And then just, I forgot to put the hashtag in. So it's hashtag Project Down Along 2022 on Instagram. And that's the only place you can post your finished objects or your progress.
We're just trying to keep it simple.
Yep. Every single post I'm going to be, at the end of, did I say March? I think I said March.
Yeah, we're giving it a full quarter.
Yes. At the end of March, we'll be pulling for prizes, and we've got a couple prizes already, and we have a couple more coming in. So this was really exciting. And so stay tuned for that. But every post enters you in to win
A
a
prize.
prize for the
Yes.
project down along. So,
Awesome,
and we
guys.
just want to help everybody get those things down, because I don't know about you, but I'm drowning in projects at the
I know.
moment. So.
I'm trying not to even look.
Well, and I'm about to do some more because I want to do some cross stitching for the baby.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And so I'm just like, Emily, you gotta stop. But that's our spiel. So
that is. We've got a few more things that we want to go over at the end of the podcast today. But before we do that, we have Crafter's Corner for you guys. We have a we have a dyer, an indie dyer with us today. Her name is Natalia, and her dyeing business is called Seapandayarns. So before we go any further, I want to introduce Natalia and have her introduce herself, and we'll go from there.
All right.
Hi, everybody.
Natalia.
Hi.
Thank you for waiting patiently to join us.
My pleasure.
So Natalia, if you could tell us just a little bit about yourself, your business, what inspires you, and maybe how you got your start.
Sure, yeah. So to kind of go back, in 2015, I went to a fiber arts festival. So before that, I bought all my yarn at Walmart or Michael's, places like that. I'd never seen indie dyeing before. And I was living with my friend, and she's also a knitter. Well, I'm a crocheter. She's a knitter. And so I thought, oh, this would be great. We can go to this fiber fair and kind of see what's up. And I was blown away by these indie dyers. I was like, this is amazing. People do this. So I actually I made a hat out of it, but I bought this skein there. I think it was called Sleigh Ride. Honestly, I don't remember who dyed it. I feel really bad. I wish I remembered, but I just remember looking at it and thought it was amazing. And so I went home that night and I went on YouTube and I looked up how to dye yarn. And that's kind of how I got my start. So I started Seapandayarns about 4 years ago after I kind of got my handle on how to dye and things like that. So I started about 4 years ago as a hobby, and it's still a little bit of a hobby, not too much of a business quite yet, but I'm hoping to get my my feet wet and get some more people interested in my stuff. But I dye a lot of bright colors. So I have some here, like this one called Supernova. So it has this like really nice purpley pink going into orange and green and yellow. And just really love working with bright colors. So that's where my focus is. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
And how did you come up with the name of the yarn?
Oh, honestly, for this one specifically?
No, just your whole business in general.
It really depends on what my inspiration was for the yarn. So I have one here. This one, I named it Pinky Lemon because there's a video game that I love to play, and it has this little character in it called Pinky Lemon. So the video game is called Stardew Valley. And I was just inspired by the colors of the character. And so I was like, I have to make a yarn out of that. So that's where I got that inspiration from. Or like this one I just started it or did this one for Christmas 2021.
I love that one.
So it's like a nice dark green with some pinks and reds. And this one just reminded me of a peppermint forest. So that's what I named it. So yeah, it really depends on my inspiration behind it. It's usually where I pick the names from.
That's awesome. Okay, but then what about the name Sea Panda? Because that is a very unusual yarn name. It's not, not that there's a usual yarn company name. I mean, we were just talking about zebrayarns, so
Right?
Kind of similar.
Got the animal theme going.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, ever since I was a kid, I loved pandas and I really love water. And so I naturally really like killer whales, and I think they're really cool. I think just the black and the white contrast is really striking. And so originally my company was called Cute and Comfy Crochet, and that's because I would crochet blankets or cardigans and sell them. Yeah. But I changed my focus to dyeing, and I felt like it didn't quite fit. And I don't know, I think I'm a bit of a quirky person, and I wanted something that kind of showed my personality, but also showed something that I really cared about. So that's why I chose Seapandayarns. And from a marketing perspective too, like having it be black and white really puts the emphasis on my colorways. And so I just felt like overall it all kind of just came together and it really fit. And I thought about other names and I kept coming back to Sea Panda, and I was like, I have to do it. It has to be Seapandayarns. So yeah.
And you do something super special every time somebody buys a skein of yarn from you. What do you do?
Yeah, so every time you purchase a skein of yarn, $1 goes to the Orca Conservancy. So they're a U.S. charity, and they work with southern resident killer whales on the coast of Washington. So helping to keep their environment and their habitat healthy so that they can thrive. And yeah, so I'm just really passionate about nature. I think it's really important to take care of the earth that we live on. And part of that is taking care of the animals. And so I just felt like it fit, and it would give me a good opportunity to help them in ways that maybe I couldn't personally. So yeah.
I love that because, you know, we oftentimes, we're told a lot of times that, you know, we need to help out the environment. We need to contribute to these organizations. To tell you the truth, I don't know how to do that half the time. And the other half of the time, I'm afraid that if I donate to something I found online, that it's fake.
Yeah.
They're just stealing my money. But you do it for us. So
yeah,
you just need to buy yarn.
Yes.
Exactly. Something that you already know how to do. So there you go.
Exactly.
Well,
so I want to show off. Wait. I kind of ruined the packaging already. Darn it.
That's okay.
But she sent this beautiful box.
Yes.
And it had all this beautiful confetti and everything in it. And she sent Steph and I
some gorgeous yarns.
Gorgeous yarn. And I've been wanting to cast on something for my little sausage, but I've been waiting.
I was waiting too. I was like, I need to show these nicely.
Yep. And so this is your DK base Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, the name is Razzle Dazzle, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Colorway name. And then it's DK Merino wool. And I'm hoping, I love the contrast between the minty green and the, would you call it kind of like
a burgundy or maybe maroon type of color? Yeah.
And Natalie nailed it right on the head for my color.
I really love it. I'm so curious to see how it's going.
Oh, this one is one of my favorites.
So I do actually love all things camo. I mean, I do. I love camo. So when I saw that this was camo, I was like, oh, she knows me.
I just had an inkling, I guess.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And this is the same base that Emily just showed, the DK. Yep.
And what's that colorway?
This is called Camo, and this is her DK Merino, 246 yards. That's a good amount for a DK weight skein.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
What else you got, Miss M?
Well, so we were talking about knitting the Blues Away KAL, and all right, I have to take off your tag because I want everybody to see the full skein. I mean, guys, wouldn't that be perfect?
Yes.
For happy socks during the January one, and this one's called the birthday cake sock set.
Oh my god!
I mean, that pink is blowing out the screen. It's so bright.
Awesome.
I love it. Oh, okay. So this is my favorite part right here.
Yes, especially.
Yep.
Oh
goodness. So I want to point out. So we saw. I guess you would say short variegations in this one. We're seeing speckling in this one, and then you'll see in just a minute of the other one.
So mine is called
every
glass.
Oh,
that one's my personal favorite. So
again, a really fun, bright pop. And this is more, would you call this a tonal of different color?
Yeah, I would call that a variegated skein, and it has some speckles in there as well that are a little subtle, but it'll pop when you knit the socks. So yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And then lastly, she does. I'm sorry for the crinkling. It's going to be really loud. But lastly, she does fades of mini skeins, and this one, mine, is going to be a giveaway. So, this one's called, oh my gosh, I didn't ever read the colorway name. Chubby Cheeks. Oh.
So cute. This one's called Blue Lagoon, and it's just I don't know if you guys can, I hope you can see it. It's a light to dark gradient. And I'm telling you what, the color is spot on as she goes in the progression.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It really is. It's gorgeous.
I mean, I don't want you to give away the secret sauce, but I could never, when I was dyeing yarn, I had a really hard time getting gradients like this. And the way I figured out how to do it was the length of time I leave each skein in the dye pot. Is that what you do, or?
No, that's not what I do at all, actually. So, so I make 1 liter of dye. So I dye, like I mix the dye color, and then I get my scale out, and I have 5 different buckets, and then I do 10% of the dye goes in the lightest one. I think it's 20% in the next. And so I split it up. So I've done the math, and it actually took a lot of work to figure out what the percentage would be or how much of each dye. So that's how I do it, and then dye it until it's fully absorbed. So that's, yeah.
I love that, because I think that would work way better than how I was doing it.
Probably, yeah, you don't want to pull yarn before it's fully saturated, right? No. Like you want to dye it and have the water come out clear, right? So I just felt this was a better way to get that gradient, have it all be the same color, but still have that good saturation too. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know how I dye it? I just buy it.
I was gonna say, Steph.
Hey, that works too, right?
I support those who can do it for me.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I do too. So there you go. Okay, my friends. So this is what we're gonna do. So in order to win, we're gonna give this away at the first podcast of the first YouTube episode of the year in January. And so you need to go to Natalia's website, Seapandayarns. Oh wait, hold on. I had it on the screen a minute ago.
Yep.
Seapandayarns.com.
Yep.
You can do the /shop. You don't have to.
Yep.
That's and you need to find your favorite colorway of hers, and you need to comment in this episode what your favorite colorway is to be entered to win this beautiful Chubby Cheeks gradient mini skein set, which, by the way, I forgot to mention, it's 462 freaking yards.
It's a good amount.
Yeah.
And don't forget to do a little shopping while you're there looking at all of her pretties, because let me tell you what, guys, who doesn't need a pair of socks looking like this or a fun camo hat or mittens? Come on.
Well, and also, Steph, you found a pattern that this would go perfectly with.
So I did pull that up. It's called Around Every Corner, and I want to say it is by Needles and Yarn, which I think is Tilly Bean Knits. I got to pull this up. It is so cute. So it's a color gradation.
Look at that.
Wouldn't that be perfect in any color you choose?
Mm-hmm.
Any color. So how many color gradients do you offer in your shop right now?
I think I have 3 right now.
Okay.
I have the Chubby Cheeks, Blue Lagoon, and I can't remember what the other one's called, but it is a purple gradient. So yeah. But I do also have some other mini skein sets. So if you don't mind me showing.
Yes, please.
This is one of my favorite ones. I did this one for Halloween of this year.
Yeah.
Some people say it looks a little Christmassy, so I suppose you could use it for whatever you want to use it for. But here it is. So I do like different sets. I have one for Christmas. So this one was kind of inspired by like guts and gore. So that's why there's some like reds and some like greens in there too. So I personally really like this one. It was inspired by nail polish. So yeah.
Better inspiration.
See, I don't know. Okay. The semi-solid minis. Wait, you got to hold it back up. The semi-solid minis is still labor intensive. But
yeah.
I don't know how people like you do that with the
That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
speckling / variegated minis.
Oh.
Like
well, I have to tell you.
So labor intensive.
It is. And honestly, when I started dyeing, I could never do this. Like it's taken me 4 to 5 years to, really like hone my skills and really understand how dye works and different techniques that I can use. So like one of my favorite techniques and what I used for this one is like I dyed the whole thing the mint color, and then I knotted it in certain sections and then dipped it in the red. And so then when you untie it, you get these sections of the other color. And so I personally really love doing it that way. I love those like huge contrasts between colors. And so I've done a mixture of that and speckles in that one. So
Wow.
using different techniques together is it's fun to kind of play with the textures and colors that way. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Love that.
Do you have anything else to show us?
Oh, I have lots.
Share
I don't know what you want to see though.
Share
everything.
Oh, I'll show you. This is my most popular colorway. I often sell out of this one. So it's a blue and red and has a little bit of green and some yellows in between. And this was actually a mistake. So when I first started dyeing yarn, I wanted to make one that was like a gradient between blue, red, and yellow. And I thought, oh, if I put it in the dye pot, the colors will mix together and there'll be a rainbow. No, it's not a rainbow. It turned out to be this, but I was really happy with it and people love it. And so it's something I still have in my store. So yeah, it's called Cosmic Wonder. But that's one of those. I don't know why I called it that, but that's its name. So it's staying. Yeah.
That one's gorgeous. I gotta look up to see. If anybody's posted a work in progress on Instagram that we could see?
Oh, yes. So somebody did make a shawl out of it. I used to have my yarns in a store called Addie's Creative Fabrics in Cochrane, Alberta. And so if you go to, I think it's just called Addie's Creative Fabrics. I think that they have one on there, but it would have been a couple of years ago. So you're going to have to scroll a bit. But there is somebody who made a cardigan and I'm tooting my own horn, but it's gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta see.
Yeah.
I'm always fascinated to see how these knit up. Like, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah, and even the camel one, like somebody did like a baby sweater out of this one that I have, and this one's called Toxic Waste. Yeah. And when they knit it up, it looked like camo, and that's where I got the inspiration for the one that you showed, the camo one, because I was like, I could use camo colors, and then it'll knit up and look like camo. So I'm hoping that when you use it, it shows up, or it knits to look like camo is my hope. So
I think it's going to be absolutely darling. I have a natural like caramel color pom-pom, and I want to make this into a hat. So I think it's going to be darling.
Oh, I love that idea.
I would love to see it.
Wait, Natalia, what was the name of that colorway? Because I'm going to have to get that one.
This one? It's called Toxic Waste.
I love it.
Yeah. And this was another accident. Apparently my best ones are accidents. Like,
hey.
I originally just wanted to do like a green and yellow scene, but then I made the mistake of not cleaning my dye pan. And so I got some red on there and I was like, how do I fix this? So I just knotted the sections that didn't have red and then dipped it in black, and it came out just amazing. I love the contrast.
That's
so
awesome.
It worked out in the end.
Perfection.
Yeah.
Yay. And you know what? I think I think calling it a mistake is a misnomer, a happy accident.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. So, thank you so much for sharing your yarns and your love of dyeing, and your creativity around your process is astounding.
Oh,
I literally have not heard of any of the things that you have expressed today. I mean, I have heard of people like using like, and I even did it, like rubber bands and stuff to do a resist.
That's smart.
Yeah, but
you gave me an idea.
Well, see, I never liked my results when I did that, just so you know.
Okay.
You and your happy accidents.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Simpatico.
Oh my goodness.
But before you go, I just want to congratulate you because you are a new graduate.
Yay.
With a bachelor's in social work, and so you have been working so hard. So I want everybody to wish you congratulations.
Yes,
it is a big ask.
Yes,
and you just have great things in your future. I'm just so excited for you.
So make sure you congratulate her and go to her shop, Seapandayarns, and go treat yourself.
Yep.
And thank you so much.
It's a joy.
And thank you so much for having me on the podcast. It was a pleasure. And I don't know if we'll cross paths in the future.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Yes, I sure hope so. If I ever get back to Canada.
Yeah, you'll have to come visit.
I know. But.
Well, if we don't see you beforehand, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Natalia. You take care, my friends.
Thanks.
you.
Was she not such a joy?
Oh my gosh. So talented in the things that she thought of.
So talented. I have never heard of dyeing yarn in the manners that she is talking about, but I'll tell you what, it obviously works, folks. Let's be real here. This is incredible.
Just the knotting process alone seems really time intensive, because when I dyed yarn, like my skeins always got tangled, and so you had to, and of course you don't want to send them out tangled, and then she's complicating it by intentionally tying knots.
And what a great organization that she's already taken the work out for you. As if you buy the yarn, every skein of yarn you gets $1 towards an organization that is a trusted organization as well. And she's been given to for over 4 years. That's fantastic.
Yep. I love it. I love it.
Too.
So
thank you,
Natalie. I'm so grateful that she came on the show.
Yes.
And it took some doing. We didn't mention this before, but the reason we haven't podcasted in 3 weeks is my fault. I have been so ill.
It's all
that
right.
I just can't.
She was very gracious to accommodate our timeline. Let's just say that.
I had a sticker for some odd reason on my hand knit sweater. And I'm all like, what's this? Anyway, but yeah, she's been so gracious as to accommodate. We've tried multiple times to figure out a schedule. Finally, this one worked. And again, like I said, all me. I think the last time I was throwing up so much. Even right now, I'm pretty queasy at the moment, but I'm not throw up queasy, so I'm not going to have to run out of the room. But I would have.
But she was super gracious to schedule another time and all that. But she even just as you look at her, she just is such a beautiful person inside and out. So Natalia, again, thank you so much. It was a joy having you on.
Yes, thank you. And so we have to talk about what we've been up to for the last 3 weeks. You go first.
I am desperately trying to finish. Well, I have one done and one in the works. I have been working on Tin Can Knits flax sweater for my girls. I knit a sweater for them every Christmas, and we read the children's version of the Glenn book story, The Christmas Sweater. I know I've talked about this 100 times, and I told Emily, I said, next year you're going to need to start that tradition.
Yes, I am.
So I did. I got one of them done, and this I think is in, I can tell you right here. This is in it is called Terra Tweed, and it's a Taki yarn.
Ooh.
It's Aran weight, and it is just a gray natural tweedy. So this one is for one of the girls.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's that fun flax sweater. It's got the detail down the sleeve, very plain pullover, and it'll be
perfect.
Cute. So that one's done.
The way things are going in Kentucky, they're never going to get to wear it, though.
You guys, it was up to 70 degrees this last week.
No, that's not right.
No, I'm a little concerned with what that's going to do for spring come baseball season. I think we're going to have winter then, but
oh.
And then I have the other one.
Oh, I love that one.
I'm on the bottom, so I'm doing the bind off. And P.S.
Oh, yes. We have been seeing those.
These are a very talented individual who makes these. This is, I'm going to get it wrong. Tiddly Bakes? Tiddly Bakes.
Yes.
Kayla is how I know her. Very good friend of mine. This is my swap partner. You guys, she does these This is a candied gingerbread house. Look at this little light bulb. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
So cute. These were part of my 24 days of cheer things. So no, it's not marking anything, but they were just so cute. I wanted them on there. So I got to finish the bottom and add some sleeves, but I'm in the home stretch. So I think I'm in the clear.
Okay. Cause I was going to say, you've been working so hard. It's been hard for you to find time to knit, but now you got the whole week before Christmas off.
Yes. So I think I can power through the binding tonight and get the sleeves done. So
my gosh.
And get them under the tree.
Yeah. I mean, so do the girls know that you're knitting these?
No.
So,
So I
that-
do it
that
at
adds-
night when they're in bed.
Yeah, so that adds another complication because, hello.
Yes, I know it does. You know, because if we're all sitting down watching a Christmas movie as a family or something, I have to knit on something else. So
Yeah.
how about you? What are you knitting, my dear?
Well, I currently don't. Well, I do have a project on the needles, but I've got a lot of finished objects.
I am impressed.
Thank you. My
Hi.
first one is my owlie sleep sack for my little sausage.
I've made a few of those for friends, and they are just the cutest thing ever.
And this one's so easy to knit.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
And you know, the cutest thing is like when you get them home and you do your first photos and you just put them in the little sack. I did it for my very first nephew, and the lady that took the photos actually paid me to make her one as a prop for further photos. It was very
I
cute.
remember you telling me that story now. I hadn't before, but
so cute.
You know, I don't buy acrylic yarn very often, but this one, oh, hold on, let me grab the skein.
Well, it's kind of necessary at this point because it's basically a wash bag, you know?
Yes. And so this one is Impeccable Yarns.
Which even for acrylic, that has a really nice feel to it.
It does, actually. I was super surprised.
Yeah.
So this one took about, I would say about 80% of the one skein of 285 yards. Now,
do you have enough left to do the hat?
Yes, I think so. Plus, I've got a couple more skeins of this.
Yes.
But there's a couple baby hats. Like there's one that just came out. Like I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. That was free on Ravelry at least for a few days. So of course I snatched that one up. But like the hats. But right now, like for some reason I really want to be knitting him socks at the moment. Like. I don't know if it's because it's a little fun little teeny tiny project.
Probably.
And I was kind of thinking in my head, I'll make it into bunting until he arrives. You know, that kind of thing. But you know, there's so much that I want to do. Like we're not going to use disposable diapers for at least the first 6 months at minimum, at least until he's on solid foods. And so I need to start making the diaper covers.
Are you going to make them or are you going to buy them?
Well, my sister has the actual diapers.
Okay.
But she doesn't have diaper covers. And if the baby has bowels like his mommy and daddy.
TMI.
Yes. I just have an inkling that my baby will need a diaper cover. So
yes,
I'm gonna.
There's some super cute ones too.
Yeah, I found some hand knit diaper covers, and I'm gonna try probably knit a couple of them up. But then my sister said that she could easily help sew because she's like a master sewist, and so
there's a lot of like. I'm not on Facebook, but I have friends who did the same thing with their little ones. There's a lot of swap groups on Facebook specifically for moms who do, you know, natural diapering, and they'll trade the next size up, or you can purchase them, and there's some good stuff.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting. A friend of mine told me this. Oh, I was so grateful. A friend of mine brought by her pregnancy bras and her nursing bras to me. My gosh, that was last week too. I was so grateful
There's Cindy
that she brought those, and because at the moment I'm having a difficult time fitting into certain things, and she kept on telling me about all of these different Facebook groups that I need to get on so I could get all this stuff. I keep forgetting because I never go on Facebook.
I'll remind you.
Yes, I need that. Okay, so
that little thing is so cute. I love the little owl bag. What else do you got?
So now I also knit. So, I gotta trim the ends.
Okay.
But they're all woven in and everything.
Okay.
But the hat that Jeremy requested on our honeymoon, it's Cap It Off by Patents. They're bulky.
Oh my goodness. How long did that take you to do?
I mean, if I didn't have to keep hiding it every time Jeremy came in the room,
right,
it would have taken me literally a night.
That's kind of what I was thinking because it's bulky yarn, right?
Yes.
You did a
and
great
color work
job.
for me. color work is so engaging that I can't put it down.
It's like knitting socks with stripes. You just want to get to the next part.
Exactly. And so this was really like they only have one size for this pattern.
Okay.
And so I went up one needle size to size 13 US needles, which I was worried about, but it seems to have worked well.
It looks really nice.
Because I was worried that the strands would, the floats would show behind, but the floats are so short in this.
Oh, okay.
Like,
well, and again, if it's a true 100% wool, it's going to felt in time.
Yep.
It's going to start to fit really good on his head. He's going to love that.
Yep. And then even with that, I decided to block it pretty vigorously because, Mr. Radio has a large brain. So
he's very smart. He needs to house that brain.
Exactly. So I did that. But this only used like a smidgen of the yarn I bought. So then I just decided I wanted him to have, they're still a tiny bit damp, some mittens. Now, Mr. Radio is a glove guy.
Yeah.
He does not like mittens, but I don't care because
I think he'll be surprised. Even just going for walks. I mean, you don't need to pick up anything. You're just holding the dog and that's fine,
Exactly.
That's
and so
very
cute. I went on Ravelry and I was looking at all the bulky weight mitten patterns out there. And to tell you the truth, I didn't like any of them. Plus, I couldn't find any bulky weight ones that were color work. Oh. So I was just like, you know what, Emily, you're just going to make it up as you go along.
That's cute.
So I did. Because I've written patterns for fingerless mitts. And like,
and you've done enough color work that you know how that works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I had to fiddle with the numbers at first. So, at first I cast on 40 stitches. That was too much. Then I cast on 32 stitches. That was still too much. So I went down to 28 and it looked about a third less width when I was knitting it before I blocked it.
How do they fit on your hands for reference?
That. But once I blocked it, like, there's plenty of room for Mr. Radio's wide, long fingers.
How do they fit on your hands, just for reference?
Well, because I'm also going to write it up for women now. So for my hands, for me, I think I need to go down to probably 2 or 4 less stitches because there's all the extra.
Perfect.
There's the extra length for the thumb, and here's the extra length.
Perfect. That'll be really good for him.
Yes. So, and I can move my hands really easy. Oh, it's a little wet still. Man, I got to put these in front of the heater.
He's going to love those.
So I just had fun. I was just like, I'll just use whatever colors come to mind. And for some reason, I was super taken with the contrast between the brown and the gray.
Yeah.
They're not true. I mean, the green and the blues would be more Mr. Radio's colors, but I just really liked it. So I'm planning on casting on for the women's probably today.
Nice.
And then, like I put on Instagram, like this is just an Emily whim. And so, like, this is not something that I can sit here and say it's a professional pattern.
Sure, you didn't have it tech edited, but I mean, you know what you're doing when you're writing something like that.
Yeah, I tried.
Nice.
Although I will say that trying to figure out how to instruct you about continuing the color work pattern while doing certain things like the thumb gusset or the decreases for the mitten top, I did struggle with the verbiage on that a little bit, but it's all good. So they're gonna be a men's size, and a women's size.
Nice.
And you get to figure out how long you want the mitten to be itself
by measuring.
Yeah, but the width around is going to be there's just 2 sizes for the width around. So
I like those. Those are really cute. You did a good job.
Thank you. I'm quite pleased.
You should be.
And then whatever's left over, I'm just gonna make some kind of scrappy little baby hat for my little fella. So it'll be good. So that's it. That's what I've got off the needles. Did you have anything on the needles too besides
just I have a pair of socks. That's my car knitting, but I need to finish my sweater. And then I'm trying not to cast. I want to cast everything on. I have so many plans. This Seapandayarns sitting here is like jumping at me, but I'm trying not to because on the 25th, we'll be casting on with zebrayarns, and I don't want anything to mess with doing that. So I'm trying to just finish up and be good.
Yep. Well, then the last thing that I have on my needles is my Thanksgiving cast on, which is the Scattering Petals cowl.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Dana Renee knits. Oh my gosh.
You guys need to follow her on Instagram. She has some of the coolest patterns, the socks that she knits, and she always has everything so elegantly placed in her photos. And it's just like you want to be there knitting with her.
Right now,
I need to be her friend.
Right? Yeah, and she's so sweet too. Like
she's so awesome.
I've been messaging her about this pattern, and she immediately writes back, like, and we just have a great conversation. Oh my gosh, I just love her. But currently on her videos, she's doing some kind of, I don't know if it's a matcha tea or what it is, but it's so pretty looking.
It is. It's gorgeous.
Like, I almost want to drink tea now.
Almost.
But I'm using my Annie Perrin color set for the Bridgerton. So this is my waist cast on. So that doesn't count, that purpley thing. But then this is what I've gotten so far. It and I skeined everything up. First I skeined up the fingering weight once.
Okay.
And then I went back and held the two ends of the skeins together, of the cake together.
Okay.
And I recaked it so that the fingering weight was held double.
Nice.
So if you see here, that's
perfect.
2 strands. So that's what I'm doing. I'm knitting this cowl with 2 strands of fingering weight held together and knitting away. So
that's going to be so nice.
Wait, I think I've got 2 or 3 more colorways to go before I can repeat the colorway sets.
And those colors are so elegant. Those are going to be gorgeous on you.
Aren't they? I'm so excited. Oh, I could just do an Elizabethan ruff. We could just do that. My name's Emily.
Like your picture, you and Jeremy, when you're in the collared stuff.
Yep. And I told Jeremy he's going to get one of those every year for our anniversary. And he goes, oh my Lanta.
You got to know when you're joking and when you're not. Come on, man.
Technically, I'm not joking about this one because I love it so much. And I can't wait till we can add in our little Jimmy Bean. I mean. Oh
my gosh. How cute would that be, like when he's 2 years old with his little hand on his hip or something? Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
And this is being housed in my birthday gift from my niece who made this for me.
That was super cute.
So
super cute.
Yeah, this was a birthday gift because I got the really cool one from you too at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Which I think has a project in it. That's right.
Is it your jelly roll blanket?
No, it's got the different cowl that I started on my honeymoon in.
How many projects do you have?
Exactly. Yep.
I love
the
it.
jelly roll blanket has to be in a basket because there's so many minis.
Yes. My jelly roll blanket is getting there too, which is fun. And that's what I've been using my 24 days of cheer for this year. So for those of you who are participating, we are more than halfway through our 24 days of cheer, and I'm super excited.
Yes. So I'm going to try and show.
Yay!
This is what I've been housing all of my minis on. Because I just absolutely love it. So we have today, day 18 to open.
Yep. You go first.
I love how she packages yours with the ribbon and everything.
I tell you what, Kayla did a very good job. I've seen some very creative packaging on, if you guys are following, don't forget, it's 24 days of cheer swap. And you should see some of the packages that people have done. It's really cute.
Ooh, a yellow. Oh, that's not showing up well.
Ooh.
It's kind of like a tangerine yellow.
Okay.
There we go. Ooh, I like that. That'll be good because I want to try a yellow stripe for the blanket, but This is like maybe one of 2 that I have for minis.
Nice.
So, yes. Nice.
I like that. I like that. Yes,
All right, let's see yours.
Kayla. Yes, Kayla, who does all of the stitch markers for Tiddly Bakes. She is a very crafty individual with her packaging. Very crafty. She does some cute stuff. Yeah. Okay, I get a joke of the day. Are you ready? Where do mistletoe go to become famous?
Mistletoe. So it's obviously a play on words.
Yeah. Where does mistletoe go to become famous?
I don't know. Where do they go?
Hollywood.
Mistletoe and holly.
I did learn the other day that don't eat mistletoe. It is poisonous and it will kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I got a little Twix here, upside down.
Ooh, lovely.
Right?
Yep.
And she has done each of these like little peppermint candies, which I thought, again, good idea.
Yes.
Good idea. Let's see what the color is today. Ooh. Ooh. Black, white, and gray stripes.
Oh, perfect.
Those are darling.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
So exciting. So we have, let's see, 6 more to open.
Yeah.
And then we have our big skein on the 25th, which technically we've got 2 because we've got zebra yarn to open as well. So
I'm so excited. And is there anything better than Christmas yarn, guys?
No.
Let's just be real.
No.
Let's just be real.
Like, those were the first 2 things under my tree. Those 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am super excited.
Me too.
Yeah. You know, it was funny, like when the nausea was at its worst, I was really struggling to do anything, let alone knit. And I was feeling super down and out about it.
Yeah.
And so I knew I needed something to really engage me in a happy way. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just so grateful that, again, I picked up
just the little stuff.
Yeah, color work is just so, it just gets me going with my knitting. It gets me so energized and everything. So I'm just so grateful for knitting in general because it's so comforting and
it's awesome.
Anyway.
Well, we want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever, Kwanzaa, whatever you are celebrating this season, or if you're not celebrating. We just wanted to send wonderful holiday greetings your way. We are very thankful for you guys. You are all so special to us. Emily, you want to add anything to that?
No, well, I do want to add that I'm just so grateful for each of you as my friends on here. My community of knitting, I feel like in the past year has expanded so much. We've learned so much this past year about inclusivity, about things that honestly as knitters we don't normally think about, but these brave souls have brought to our attention, and I'm so grateful. And Stephanie and I choose very consciously not to use this as a platform for any quote unquote political beliefs.
Correct.
But I do want to take a moment to thank the trailblazers out there for your work in this area, and just know that we recognize you and we're grateful for you. And let's try not to be so much a cancel culture, though. That's a little scary.
Yeah. Well, and I think in the spirit of the holiday season, just remember to be gracious, you guys. Remember that people are not perfect, and we're all trying to do our best, and not everybody is aware of how we should say things, or maybe we make mistakes, and that's not an excuse for anybody by any means, but
it could be more of a learning opportunity rather than a cancel culture mentality. Is just I mean, I guess that's as far as I want to go on the political platform, you know. But I do want to thank everybody, and I want to wish you guys such a Merry Christmas. And don't forget to cast on.
Don't forget to go shopping.
Yep. Exactly.
Merry Christmas, you guys.
Merry Christmas, guys. And remember that life happens
between knits
and and
and
pearls.
pearls.
Ta-ta, guys.